As the number of people fleeing the war in Ukraine approaches 2 million, some rush to get to its front lines. Bravery or bravado, more men like this one are coming to Ukraine's aid every day. Inspired perhaps by a social media campaign.
I'm in Parliament right now.
Or a call to arms for volunteers by Ukrainian leaders under siege in their own capital. From her home near Kyiv, Lesia Vasilenko says there is something to do for everyone coming to Ukraine's defense.
We are fighting the second biggest army in the world and a nuclear power at that. Of course, our military resources are not enough. So we need more people here on the ground. We need more weapons here on the ground. We need more sophisticated weapons here on the ground to be able to stand and keep standing as an independent free country. This is the struggle and the fight that we invite the world to join in.
Volunteers who contact Ukrainian embassies are directed to the website for the International Legion of the Defense of Ukraine. This is one of the locations recruits can find themselves signing up and boarding buses to cross the border. We met a Ukrainian coordinator who declined to speak on camera or give his full name or even his rank. But he said he was there to help volunteers find their way to the fight.
This roadside motel near the border has become a kind of unofficial recruitment point for volunteers wanting to fight in Ukraine. We've been here a few hours and we've met people from Europe, the United States, Great Britain. Many more have already crossed over. Many more are expected to.
Julian is 22 and says he served in the Dutch military and was deployed to Afghanistan.
Well, I'm not looking for violence per se. It's more that I'm looking to give the people their hope that they see they're not alone in this fight.
He's still undecided, unwilling to sign a contract to serve until the end of the war, whenever that might be. The open-ended contract has also put off volunteers at the Medica border crossing.
If they say to us, oh, you can stay and fight, but in 3 months you can go home to see your families and come back if you want, or 6 months, or even 1 year, but we know in 1 year we're going home. But in this contract there's no dates, there's no when we could go home, you know. So yeah, that was the point for me to change mind.
Others remain undeterred. Jay is from Portugal, lives in London, and says his motivation comes from his young daughters. That he is fighting to defend their future, their freedoms.
The lack of action by the West. So I just personally don't think sanctions are enough. I understand the fear of World War III, but as you can see, this is the beginning of World War III. Personally, I don't think I'm being brave. I'm just doing what I'd like people to do if the UK was under attack and Boris Johnson was begging for help.
Highly experienced soldiers are sent to the front line. Less experienced recruits are kept back to help territorial defense units and treat the wounded. Jay says he trusts Ukraine will let him go home to see his family and is unafraid as he commits himself to a war that could go on for years. Zein, Basravi, Al Jazeera, at the Ukraine border in eastern Poland.